Ryan Gosling has been playing in Shinji Ikari for 14 years.
5-minute window.
That's all the driver gives you in Drive before...
You're on your own.
That's all Shinji gets in Evangelion before Unit 1's internal battery runs out. 2 countdowns, same cage. You're watching Drive, and something feels off. Driver staring through a windshield, Shinji Ikari staring at the ceiling. Different genres, different decades, same suffocating silence. Nicholas Winding Refn's filmography, particularly with Ryan Gosling, presents a compelling live-action parallel to the archetype of the depressed mecha pilot, famously embodied by Shinji Ikari. Here's what both stories understand about depression: it's controlled chaos, performing competence while the clock runs down, knowing exactly when your power runs out and waiting for it. They don't talk because talking won't change the timer. They're professionals at entering. The programmed son doesn't choose his purpose chooses him. He's exceptional at exactly one thing: piloting, driving, killing, entering. Strip that away and there's nothing underneath, just the shape of a person. He seeks validation from fathers who cannot give it, from systems never designed to love him back. He's a weapon who forgot he was human first. Shinji pilots the Evangelion Unit 1 because his father, Gendo Ikari, emotionally distant and manipulative, view him as a mere tool. Every absent phone call, every get in the robot that should have been "you're loved," it didn't break him, it calibrated him into someone so starved for approval, he climbed into a biological war machine and fight God if that's what it's take to hear. You did well. Now, watch Ryan Gosling's character taking direction from men who see him as a tool, not a son. Watch him execute perfectly and receive nothing. You can just see the same code running. The driver doesn't speak because language failed him. He drives because it's the only syntax he understands. 5 minutes before the connection breaks, and he's alone in the cockpit again. Kei in Blade Runner 2049 is Shinji after third impact. He's already learned he's not special, a replicant playing human, playing hero, every layer wrapped around nothing. He mistakenly believes he's the lost child of Descartes, a miracle, only to discover he is not.
You've never seen a miracle.
Miracles aren't for fools, miracles aren't for tools. It doesn't break what he learns the truth, it just continues. Because purpose is the only thing holding him together. Julian in Only God Forgives is Shinji if his mother survived. And that's worse. Paralyzed, punished, unable to act, live, or die. Christine Scott Thomas as Yui Ikari if she stayed and became the thing that devours her own son. Julian doesn't fight back. Punishment is the only attention he'll ever receive. Luke, in Place Beyond the Pines, is Shinji becoming Gendo, the absent father who, upon discovering he has a son, tries to connect through money instead of presence, ultimately leaving his son an inheritance of legacy and machinery. Neil Armstrong in First Man is Shinji 40 years later. He buries his daughter's death in technical precision, channeling grief into equations, anything that can be calculated instead of felt. In the movie, he goes to the moon to find somewhere quiet enough to finally process what he lost. He leaves his daughter's bracelet in a lunar crater. Different men, different missions, same operating system. The driver's car, Kay's spinner, Julian's apartment, Neil's capsule, all cockpits, all rooms, all tombs. The Scorpion jacket, Izzy's plug suit, armor for boys weaponized before they learn to feel. Kay takes the baseline test, a systemic check to see if the weapon still works by measuring his emotional response. In Evangelion, it's the synchronization rate. Shinji's neural patterns measured, calibrated, optimized. Same test, different interface. Can you prove you're functional by suppressing everything real? Every Gosling character searches for what Shinji searches for in Gento's eyes. Recognition, proof they matter beyond function, permission to be human instead of operational. They never get it. Here's the pattern underneath everything. Understanding arrives exactly when it can no longer save you. The driver realizes he loves Zairine the moment he becomes the monster who must leave her. He beats a man to death while she watches. The second she sees what he is, what he had to be, the connection dies. Kay discovers love only after learning his identity was a lie. Joy loved him. Anna thanks him. He's finally seen. Then he lies down in the snow to die, having saved a world that will never know his name. he gets his 5 minutes of autonomy, and he spends it collapsing on the stairs. Julian achieves nothing, understands nothing. He stands there and lets the angel of vengeance cut him down. Neil processes his daughter's death only by standing on the dead rock in space. The mission succeeds, the man returns, but the father stayed up there. Every Gosling character reaches clarity at the exact moment connection becomes impossible. They can learn, but only after it's too late. Only after the countdown ends, only in the space between function and failure. Ryan Gosling isn't playing cool, detached characters, he's playing the Western evolution of Shinji Ikari, the programmed son who learns he was human all along, right as the system shuts him down. The synchronization rate was about whether you could stay you, while everyone needed you to be someone else.